Hi guys, welcome back. So is NIO Day just like Tesla's battery day? Is it gonna have a sell-off coming now? Now that NIO just raised capital, is it gonna have a sell-off now? Let's talk about this. First of all, NIO had a really good day today. It started off well, and then at some point it reached $100 billion mark. I think it's a really big milestone. But at the last hour, we saw sell-off coming, and it's the capital raise. So NIO is raising $1.3 billion by convertible senior notes. It means in a term of 5 to 6 years, the owner can have the choice between getting money back or getting share back. Is this gonna cause a big sell-off now? Is NIO going back to $40? First of all, let's talk about Tesla's battery day. Now, before the battery day, it had a 20% gain, near 20% gain, because of the 5-to-1 split, which had nothing to do with the company's fundamental. So it's normal that it needs to do a correction. And also, I think people tend to have more expectation on the battery day than NIO on the NIO day. And second, let's go back to NIO. So a lot of people think this run up, it's caused by the expectation looking forward to the NIO day. Is it really? Maybe a little bit, but maybe also something else. Now, if you look at the chart from the November delivery, you can see that the delivery number is not growing so fast, and it makes people have the concern of the manufacturing capacity. We all know that Tesla and NIO take a complete different approach by having their own factory versus outsourcing the manufacturing, which would be completely different strategies. And a lot of people are concerned because NIO is outsourcing and it doesn't have its own factories. That's why it will have a ceiling for the delivery. So this is why people are worried that the delivery just would be limited like this and cannot grow. And when the December number came, it really surprised everybody because it proved that NIO can increase the manufacturing capacity at a fast rate. So this is why I think it has cleared some uncertainties and concerns from investors. And it makes people have more confidence over NIO's strategy. And they have reported their delivery last week. So I think a lot of the gain from last week was kind of clearing out the uncertainties about the increase of manufacturing capacity. And this run up would be caused by something that's fundamentally changed. On top of that, NIO Day was very successful. It beat the expectation, and on top of that, gave us a lot of surprise. So now, even the banks and some major institutions are raising the target. It just tells us that the company has fundamentally got better. And I think if not because they raised more capital, the share might have kept on going too. How would the market respond to capital raise one after the others? Because we know that just last month in December, NIO just released new share to gain capital already. But I don't know if you remember this. So on December 10, NIO announced proposed offering of 60 million shares, which is around $2.3 billion. And then one day later, NIO moves to raise 2.5 billion. And then after the weekend, it became 3 billion. Why is that? Because the demand is stronger than their offer. A lot of institutions want to buy more. And as they want to buy more, they have to issue more because the demand is just getting so strong and they cannot get enough of it. And then we look at this. After they offer, the closing price ended up on 14.9. What does that tell me? I think it tells me that the institutions cannot buy enough with the private market, and then they have to go to the public market to buy more. Because the $39, it's the offering price. Institutions are not stupid. If the public market has lower than $39, they would come buy at the public market, right? But no, the private market has already finished selling while the public market closed above 39. That means they couldn't get enough and then they have to buy more. This gives me more confidence about NIO. And that was even before NIO Day, before the December delivery. They already had so much confidence on it. Now, after the NIO Day, the fundamental has gotten better. The manufacturing capacities has been improved. So I think investors are more confident on NIO than before 1 month ago. Because in 2020, NIO had a really near-death experience. It started off with a very bad opening. It then went into a financial crisis. But then there were some turning points, major turning points, that changed everything. And I want to point out two things, two turning points. One, you know that NIO was almost into bankruptcy because it ran out of money, because NIO was still burning a lot of cash at that time. And I think the biggest turning point was when the Hefei government decided to give them 7 billion yuan loan. And do you know when is that news? Maybe you might think it's somewhere here, right? Or here. That make it have a massive run up. But no. You see, it's April 30. It's here. So it went on that day, it went from $3.9 and dropped 2 days down to $3. Such a game-changing good news. Why did it have a sell-off? And the second turning point was when NIO had the margin turn positive. Before that, every car NIO sold, it's a loss. So the more they sell, the more they lose money. So it's a critical point for every company to have profit to turn positive from negative. And do you know which day it was? Maybe you would think it's this day, right? It's August 11. Now let's go back to the chart. August 11, it's this day. It dropped from $15 to $12. I think a lot of people got scared away and sold their share. And then, you know what happened after. So, why did it not jump up right away with such good news twice? The answer to me is clear. It's because institutions didn't buy enough share yet. And here, people were always afraid that it would go bankrupt. And then it quickly ran from $3 to $16. And at this point, people are very afraid it would go back to $3 because it ran up so fast, right? So when there is fear, it's very easy to do a wash sale. This is when the retail investors sell out of panic and the institutions go shopping like a Black Friday. I think a lot of people are too afraid that it's gonna go back down to 40 or below. So it's very easy to do a wash sale Now, we just had such great news during the weekend. Don't mind the price action in the short term, and don't trade on news, and don't try to time the market. No one can time it out perfectly. It's impossible to know short-term action. When there is fear, it's so easy to do watch sell. All it takes is just one red candlestick. It can turn people from being bullish to worry. Now, NIO is at $60. If would you care if you bought it at $3.8 or $3 back then? Or in August, would you care if you bought it at 14 or 13? We just know that in a few years, NIO is going to be a few $100s. So why would you worry so much about the short-term action? Why do you care about a few dollars here? Now Tesla is at $800. Would you care if you bought it at 50 or 60 back then? It's not so important. Now what do I think? Why they need to raise capital one after the other so frequent? For me, I think it's a very smart move because we see that last year NIO had a near-death experience, right? And if there's anything they have learned out of pain, it's that you must raise capital during the good times because you need to prepare for the rainy day. Imagine back then in March, you try to raise capital, even though you release new share with $1.50, no one would want to buy it because people are negative on this company. So this is why it's very good lesson to always have capital prepare and raise it during the good time. Because when it's in the bad time, it's really, really difficult. It's nearly impossible. And right now, the EV market is getting more and more competitive. And we know that a lot more traditional ICE cars are going to come into the market, the EV market, to fight, and they've got cash. So I think it's smart for NIO to prepare for this battlefield. My plan to add NIO is the same as I mentioned before, and I won't try to time it. I will just buy it according to my plan, regardless of the news. Because if the news doesn't influence the fundamental of the company, I don't think I need to be bothered by it. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you can find my video helpful, and make sure you subscribe to my channel and give me a big like. It would help me a lot. Thank you.